Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to start with a bit of audience participation because it's late in the day and I'm going to wake all of you guys up. So what I want to do is I want to have a show of hands of everybody in the room that is using artificial intelligence on a regular basis every week. One, maybe two. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to change your answer now. So does anybody use Google Translate? Yeah? Okay, you're using AI. So for the last couple of years, Google Translate has been using AI to significantly increase the volume of translations it's able to deliver. So they're delivering over 40 billion word translations a day, and they're doing that using machine learning. Another example is Siri. Anybody use Siri? Yeah? So Siri is AI. Okay, so you ask Siri a question, and it's an AI algorithm that will give you that answer. What's really interesting is that Apple have a rumor that Siri will become conversational in the future. So instead of saying, you know, I'd like the number for a Chinese restaurant, please, and Siri will give you an answer, Siri might reply, well, Steve, you had Chinese last week. Why don't you go for a Thai? Yeah? So AI is getting more and more into our lives, and those little devices that we have in our home, Alexa and Echo, again, that's all AI. So AI is everywhere, and one of the things I wanted to share with you today is a live example of the use of artificial intelligence and specifically reinforcement learning, and part of machine learning, in the back office process of a major bank. So the bank that we're talking about is Hanseatic Bank. It's part of, as Dave mentioned, it's part of a large French group called Société Générale. And a little bit about collectAI. So collectAI is a digital receivables company. So basically what we do is we digitize and automate collecting money. As Dave mentioned, when somebody misses a loan payment or misses paying their card balance, for example, then we digitally chase that. And I'm going to show you how that works in a moment. We're based in Hamburg, and we're a wholly owned subsidiary of the Otto Group. We've got a team of about 40, and we're managing about 55 million euros of outstanding items for our clients, again, using machine learning. In terms of Hanseatic, it's a German bank, and as I mentioned, it's part of the Société Générale group. So, customers are different, okay? So, one of the reasons why machine learning is good is because it can learn from the different customer behavior. So, we're going to take an example here. We've got two customers. We've got Carl and we've got Jenny. So, Carl is a business consultant, and Jenny is a student. And let's say that both of these customers have missed their monthly loan payment, and we're going to go and chase those guys. And we send an email out to them at 8:30 in the morning, reminding them that they've got an outstanding loan payment that they need to pay. Carl drives to work, and Jenny goes on the bus. So Carl won't see that email probably until maybe 9:30 or 10 o'clock, whereas Jenny, because she's a millennial, she's completely obsessed with her smartphone. One of my favorite statistics is from The Economist from November of last year, that on average we touch our smartphone screens 2,600 times a day, which is quite incredible. And the amount of time we spend looking at our smartphone screen is now over 3 hours a day. I can see 6 or 7 people looking at their smartphone screens right now while I'm talking. Hopefully you're following me on Twitter or you're tweeting out about this presentation. So imagine these two people and the reaction of the chasing process. With Carl, the algorithm will learn that he opened the email at 10 o'clock in the morning instead of 8:30, so it will identify that as a sort of a dead time window for Carl. But for Jenny, the algorithm will learn that she opened it immediately on her smartphone. So the process works like this. Essentially what we do is we get a data transfer from the bank of all the outstanding items, and we reach out to the customer in a very friendly, very modern way via SMS and email. And the communication goes out, and you can see at the bottom of the screen there, it's fully mobile optimized, because most of the communication is going to be opened up on the smartphone. And this is what a communication process looks like. It goes through on the different days, sending different communications. And what's really good about a digitized and automated system is that we can do multiple communication flows very easily. So for example, for Hanseatic, we had 3 completely different communication flows running in parallel that we were able to A/B test against each other. And for some of our clients, we run up to 6 or 7 or even 10 different communication flows in parallel. So what's the advantage of using a digitized system with AI? Essentially, you've got the AI learning the best timing to send out the communications to the customer. We use the digital channels like email and SMS, which people can engage with, and we drive the customer online to a dynamic landing page. So if we take a quick look at the dynamic landing page here, it's fully branded for the client, so you can see all of the logos, all of the content, and we even serve up the page on the client's subdomain, so it looks really authentic to the end customer. We display all the information about the outstanding debt, and it enables the customer to settle that bill in less than a minute from receiving it. So what have been the results? Well, these were released publicly last week, but I can share them with you now. Quite incredible performance of 24% increase in the amount of collections made within the process. So this was compared to the control group. So the control group was the traditional process of people on the phones and sending mass communication out to the customer. But what's quite staggering is 24% increase in performance with an 88.6% reduction in cost. Because your fully digitized non-human process is replacing a process which has a lot of cost in it built into that process. So very, very rapid ROI, very easy to implement and very easy to replicate as well. So what I'm going to try and do now, if the technology works, I'm going to play you a video. It shows you how fast the communication process is with the customer. So let's see if this works. There we go. So the email reaches the customer. The customer can press proceed to payment. For the bank, we've added a validation step where the customer puts in their date of birth before they see the loan information. That's the outstanding payment, and they can click straight through to proceed to pay. And in this example with Hanseatic, we're actually doing an online banking payment. But with some of our other customers, we have pay by card online or even pay by PayPal and other alternative payment methods. So for example, here in Poland, we're shortly going to be implementing P24, which is a local payment method. And across Europe, we implement lots of others like Sofort and SEPA. So you can see the entire process end to end is less than a minute and much more friendly for the customer. So where are we going to go with this in the near future? Well, the first thing is we're going to add more scenarios. So the good thing is that you can add multiple scenarios and even put customers into different communication groups based on things like credit scoring or risk profiling. So that's something we're going to be enhancing as we go forward. We're going to add more functionalities. At the moment, the algorithm can choose the best time of day, but we want to add being able to choose the best channel of communication, the best layout of the landing page, the best tone of voice, for example, to use with the customer. And a big one for us as an organization is expanding into new geographies. So it's another reason to be talking to you today. We have clients going live in the next few months over the summer, all over the Nordics, in Eastern Europe, in Spain, in Italy, etc. And one of the ways we're expanding is to work with partners. So I wanted to give a shout out for one of our large partners. So a few weeks ago, we announced that we're rolling out across the UK and Ireland with a full white label with Capita Pay 360. So you can see here, this is their interpretation of the product. It's called Income AI, and we've integrated into their payment gateway. So one of the things I wanted to achieve by coming to Impact was to reach out to some Eastern European potential partners for this region, had some fantastic discussions around that today. So I'll be around for the rest of the day. Please hunt me out and ask me some questions, and I'm happy to show you guys a live demo. And that really shows that AI isn't the future, it's the right now.